Okay, so now here's a little bit about completing your social studies class. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the course outline, and we'll see that again we have it broken up into units and broken up into sections. We can click our little triangle, and we have our purpose points. Always purpose points are what the teacher wants you to do. Resources, everything typical. We go in, we have our studies. We also have these checkups, which are basically about certain strategies that you can use within this class. And they basically remind you about things like active reading, right? So these remind you of strategies to use while you're doing this study. One of the things that I want to make sure I show you is some of the studies. So I'm going to go ahead into this first study. And social studies, I would say the studies are similar to the English studies. So you can think of those going hand in hand, where you do have the interactives, you have the checkup questions, right? Let's say reading and discussion. I don't actually know. Okay. I didn't read the question. I did great. Okay. And we also have these things where you can roll over and you have the transcripts. And I wholeheartedly encourage you, either do the rollovers or look at the transcripts, make sure you know what's in those interactives, right? Lots of things where you interact with them. Okay. Social studies, a lot of it is going to be about people, places, things, and vocabulary, right? So Hobbes and Locke, both very important to the U.S. government. You should know these guys. I remember them from when I was in high school, okay? Okay, so let's say you've done the study and you do the quiz, right? We answer these questions that tell you about preparation. And again, notice our vocabulary words include some of the names of these guys. And then you've gone and done the quiz. And then after the quiz now, we have a reading assignment. Okay, you have a reading guide. And this is really going to help you to dig deep in your reading materials. So I would advise you to do these reading guides. There aren't that many reading guides for government, and I think they'd be really helpful, right? And we also have the reading materials, which again, you can open up the reading materials and keep them open while you're doing the quizzes. So that's the really nice thing about opening up the reading materials in a new tab. And we do our Control F, or we come up here and we do find, and we can find answers, right? So I know this is going to be all about rights, right? So if I look up rights, I can find it. Let me see. What if I look up power? Where does the government get its power from, right? That might be one of the big questions, okay? So you can see I've only got 11 places to look for this. So if there's a question about power, I can probably go through it, right? The supreme power is lodged in the hands of the part of the people. When it's the whole of the people, it's democracy. Okay. When the body of the people. Okay. That makes sense to me. So this is a great strategy for you to use while you're doing your readings for social studies. Another thing that you should know about for social studies is you do have some projects in social studies. I'm trying to find one. Sorry. Okay. I had known where this was before. Okay. Just like in English or science or math, you do have the occasional project in social studies. Make sure you do those as you go. Anything that is in here is something that you should be doing and turning into your teachers. Okay? Quiz is the same. CST is the same. Really, you just want to make sure you do the assignments that are here. Thanks.